Hi, everybody. Leanne Holitza here at the Healing Studio. It is our check-in time. All right, let's see. I didn't even get myself together enough today to bring a spray or a crystal extra over. I have a million just sitting here that are my friends. Like this is my apophyllite friend. So we'll just call that in. I've already done a rose gold spray for the studio. So those will be our helpers today. I'm going to use the Elemental Oracle card deck for our personal readings. And if you haven't played before, I'm Leanne Holitza, and I will give you a card if you type me, please, in the comment section, and I have enough time to get to everybody. I will say, as always, the hack is YouTube. YouTube lets you come on early, whereas Facebook makes you wait till it's time. So if you're watching from Facebook, hi. Next time, maybe you want to come through YouTube and hit subscribe and the button that says it'll alert you when I'm going live. Let's see. A couple announcements. Well, it's my birthday this week, so that's good, right? One more trip around the sun. Hopefully, be back next week online. Some things going on personally that may require my attention. But I do plan to do the Sunday thing. We have a sound bath tonight if you're local and you still want to get in on that. We also have a new moon coming up on the November 1st. And in November, we have an animal communicator coming for certain times in the on Thursdays for the month of November from 11 to 1. You can grab an appointment with her. Yeah, there's just a lot going on this week. So I'm going to get right into the readings and let's see what happens. Okay. All right, you guys. Thanks. Okay. This is going to be our weekly card reading, and then we will go from there. So this is basically the start of your reading, but it's a collective reading too. Okay. So this week starts off with that the choices have already been made. Okay. Upside down choices like you already made the decision. Now you got to go forward with that decision. Okay. The helper card, embrace sideways. You can love unconditionally, but you don't have to put up with everything. That's what this card is saying this week. So it's totally fine to embrace what you can embrace, love what you can love, but you do not have to just accept everybody's bad behavior. So you can put up some healthy boundaries. That is love too. Okay. And then at the end of the week, mirror upside down. Okay. So this is basically saying that our world is changing so much right now and so quickly that it doesn't look familiar right now. This card is basically saying we can't see what we are needing reflected back as far as our truth because our truth is changing so fast and so dramatically. It's just like a fire hose of energy coming at us and we cannot interpret it right now. Okay. So this week, just set some healthy boundaries, be kind to yourself. All right, let's get started on our personal readings. Okay, so if you're watching later, thanks for watching later. If you're watching live, hi. This is your first opportunity to get a card. Now, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. I want you to feel into what number is calling you. This is your first card. Now, the thing here is that we will start to do readings for all of us. This is a fairly small deck, so the likelihood of repeat is pretty high, but even when we have fat decks, the repeats come, and those are going to be messages for all of us. So it's worth listening to the messages, even if your name has already been read out. Now, your name will show up on the screen that direction over there. And that will be when you're getting your reading. Sometimes there's more than one Gina, for example. And so you just want to look at the screen and see which one I'm reading for. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so just feel in. Okay, if you picked 1, you're going to be working with dark matter and mystery. Okay, so this is, you can see there's a butterfly on your mouth. Things are changing. You cannot necessarily even speak what's changing out loud yet because, like the other card said, this week is changing so rapidly, we can't actually digest what's happening. So this is really like, let the mystery be the magic. Let the mystery be the miracle. Don't try and define things too quickly. If you picked 2, You're working with oceans and bravery. Okay. So this card is basically saying to you that you are an emotional being, you're a wise being, you're a physical being, using all of those things this week and really be able to face your feelings. Your feelings are just as valid as anything else, and that they can be good information for your process forward. Third one, home and earth. Okay. So if you picked 3, it's time to really just be your own home. Okay. Be your own sanctuary, be your own self. Give yourself the opportunity to really just nourish and nurture what is good for you. Eat well, drink well, be in yourself. Okay. All right. Let's get going. So I'm going to just call out the bottom of the list just because I want you to know I see you and I'm definitely coming. So Gina, Antoinette, Ashley, Safari Spirit, you guys are at the bottom of the list, which means you'll probably be closer to the half-hour mark, but I will get to you. I'm on my way. Okay. Let's start at the top of the list though. Here's Blossoming Lotus and Shannon. Blossoming Lotus, you're in a big change. Okay. I mean, that's basically what the card's already been saying. But here's the thing about change is that when we let change be really big and flowing, we oftentimes have to kind of almost strip it down to the foundation and start over. So just kind of be aware that this is what the energy feels like for you this week. I am hearing that there's lots of unseen helpers. Ask for help. Shannon, you're going to be working with the energy of the fluidity and the outer core. Okay. So what this is basically saying is that you are trying to work with your emotions, just like that other card said. And you're trying to just be as raw and pure as possible and recognize that that's valid and important in this journey that you're going through. Okay. Kind of emerging from any repressed emotions and really be able to just acknowledge all of it. Heidi, for you this week, you're going to want to focus on the bushfires. Okay. So this is like indigenous wisdom. Okay. This is like, getting in touch with the land, paying attention to things that could get really, really intense. But if you can work with the intensity, there might be transformative change here. But this card is also just talking about go with what you know on a deep level. I feel like a lot of our wisdom has been lost to our technology, and we used to know a lot more things just naturally that we can now like Google and things. So just go back to that like native wisdom in yourself. Okay. Nicole. Okay, third time or second times for change. You guys, I bet we'll see this 3 times. That would be a guess I have, because this is very big time of things changing. This very big time of things, kind of coming to fruition. And again, sometimes it's like the kitchen remodel is stripped down to the studs, and you don't have a sink or an oven, but you know that it's coming. So just, it's okay. Addison, you want to focus on the dark matter. If you picked 1 at the beginning, you're going to do it again. Okay, so second time we've seen that. And I'll pull out the book, you guys, for the messages that the author intended if we get to 3 of them. Okay. All right. So dark matter is just basically go to the mystery of the miracle. Don't define things too quickly. Natalie, volcanoes for you. Okay. So there's power in the fiery energy. Fire is sometimes build up a lot of pressure and it just needs to get out. Okay. And so the volcano energy is just basically saying, let it out. Let the fire purify. Let it transform your life this week. Okay. Don't bottle things up. Jenny and Jared. Jenny, you're going to be working with the connection to the biome. Okay. So really knowing that we're all connected and that what you do here impacts what gets experienced over there, and just really taking responsibility for what you want to be putting out to the world and how you want to be putting it out. And just look for all those connections. I'm hearing from your guides that those are handshakes from the universe when you can see that there's like a synchronicity or a connection that wants to come through. Okay. Jared, you're working with the cave energy. Okay. So protection, this is gestation time for you. Okay. This means go within. Don't necessarily share all your ideas right now. This is not a time to do that because somebody might shoot it down before it has time to become something. So good week to really gestate, to let things grow, let the seed be planted, and now just wait. Okay. Cynthia, Okay, third time's a charm for dark matter. All right, I'm going to get the book out, you guys. So this is this energy of like the mystery is the magic, okay? So all right. Here, dark matter is the subject of a huge amount of study. For now, we know we have a mysterious force that holds the universe together, which is a fantastic concept and one that invites the idea of the unknowable in the frame. Science doesn't know everything yet. Okay. So, this is also the element of air because these are elemental cards. Okay. So air is very much telling you to kind of get into, letting things flow through. So yeah, and just because you can't see it yet doesn't mean it's not there. So get into the mystery. The miracles hide in there. So for all of us now. And I knew this card was coming up. Change. All right. So Taryn, thanks for bringing the third time's the charm. Change. I just knew it. I could feel it. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit from the book. Here we go. Resisting change is useless. Be prepared for change in direction. You've been warned of change, so believe it. Okay, so it's kind of like, letting things really come to fruition and blow through. That's really what this card is trying to tell us. Like, don't hang on to it. Let the change happen. It's going to happen anyways. We'll just hurt ourselves resisting it. Kara, you're going to be working with joy and music. That's lovely. So get out your dance party, have a little fun, listen to some music, let that music change you. There's been a lot of messages coming from the guides about classical music and how classical music has been written, but it has all this power in it to change how you're feeling and your emotions without any words. So maybe see if you get drawn to listening to some classical. Tatiana, you're going to work with the richness of life, okay? Marine life, emotions, depth, energy of just kind of like all kinds of diversity, and diversity is good. Swimming in your positive emotions with your friends. So we get a lot of friend energy for you. Focus on that. Sometimes it's just a singular friend, and sometimes it's an awesome amount of group energy. So just kind of tap into that. Diane, oh, you're going to do some snow. Okay, so silence. So this is basically just saying in this time of change, just don't say anything about it. Just let the change kind of show you. If you've ever been in a really beautiful snowstorm, you can just feel everything kind of stopping, kind of just a damp down. And it's really, really lovely. So just a little silence this week for you. Mountain River. You're going to be working with the biome. Okay, so the connection between all things. I'm hearing very much from your guides. You want to make very good choices this week because what you do does impact what everybody else experiences. And it would be a really good time to just kind of notice what choices you're making or not making that would make a difference in everybody's life if you did it differently. Kimberly, you've got magic, alchemy. Look at hands going up. Okay, so use those hands to change things. Let things change. You can't change the past, but you can alchemize how it's experienced in your system. You may have felt weak once, and now you can feel strength from the weakness that you experienced, the contrasts, okay? So good week to let yourself just be in it. Be in the mystery, the magic. Okay, Katie. Ooh, north for you. Expansion. So follow into the night. So really staying in the true north direction, really stay on track this week. The choice has already been made of what you're doing. Just keep following through with the choice. That's what your guides are saying about this, okay? All right. Catherine, it's a desert energy for you, okay? Solitariness. It's okay to be by yourself right now. It's okay to kind of turn your back on everybody and just really notice that you maybe have been putting too much energy out yourself for others and not enough energy back inward to that inner universe that wants to be nourished. Kimberly and Juan Carlos. Kimberly, change again. Okay. So I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring this card up again because I feel like this is the main message this week. Okay, so it says, some winds have been given special names and are part of human history and culture. The Greeks called the four winds of the cardinal directions Boreas, Notrus, Eris, and Zephyrus. The Chasman is the infamous hot wind. I need my glasses. And affect Egypt and Israel, caused invading armies huge problems via dust storms. Kamikaze is the Japanese word for wind that turned the Mongol invaders. The Mistral in the powerful cold northwesterly winds carries fierce storms across the Mediterranean coast of France, but is beloved by winemakers and further inland. So they're kind of just going into the history of like how wind is actually really signifies a lot of things. So it just says, depending on where you stand, you can face them, you can use them, or you can resist them. So you can, this time of change can either be in a benefit for you, or you can resist it and it'll just cause some, I mean, then if you resist it and you have uncomfortable experiences with change, that is something you can alchemize too. There's really no wrong way to do change, but I do think we should embrace that we're in it. Denise, you've got north as well, going into your direction. Keep expanding, keep knowing that what you have intended to do is happening, and keep yourself in focus with that I'm literally hearing prayers will be answered. So whatever you've prayed for, whatever you've called to yourself, it's coming. Kelly, work with the plants this week. Okay. So some growth in the time of change. Maybe growth has gotten out of hand and you needed to trim some things back. Or maybe the growth is really important just to notice in what direction it's growing and how to maybe nourish that. Literally, your guides are saying plants are the thing they want you to actually work with. This isn't just a metaphor. They want you to get the plants going. Eat the plants, be with the plants, touch the plants, pay attention to the plants. Matthew, you're going to be working with rain. Okay. And this is an energy of really kind of letting yourself be nourished by your emotional energies, by the emotions of others, by the joy of others, and by the struggle of others. We have a lot to give each other emotionally when we allow ourselves. And so this is really just kind of embracing those gifts of emotion. Tanya, desert for you too. Okay. So get into some alone time for you this week. Get a little bit back out of the fray. Spend a minute thinking for yourself about what you would want and not just what everybody else would want you to do. Okay. Hannah and Isabella. Hannah, working with the animals. Okay. So companionship, feeling into your pets, feeling into just nature, feeling into your animal side, the guides just said, your primal senses would be good to work with this week. Okay. Isabella, for you, you're going to focus on the West. Okay. So this is completion, letting things come. The final puzzle piece comes in for you. Something comes to completion, which can also be a big change, right? Especially if it's something you've been working on for a really long time and all of a sudden, boom, it lands. Yeah. So we just have a lot of energies of change, but yours might be something's changed because it's done. Okay. Carly, you're going to be working with passion, okay, and the soul. Okay, so this is the energy of really looking to what warms you up, what juices you up, what makes you feel like I got to get at this. I really want to be part of it. Okay, so this week, just really focus on your passion projects. Gen F and Gen C. Gen F, you have brought the North to all of us. Okay, so third time's a charm for the North. So I'll get the book out a little bit. Gen F, this is the very first card in the deck. Okay. So here it says, and this is now for all of us, group message. Be guided but do your research. Focus and honesty is needed to overcome obstacles. You know your true north. So be brave about the next steps. We may have a number of purposes in life, not just a single one. It's time for true adventure. Okay. All right. So the element of air, getting that out there. Okay. Gen C, you're going to also be working with the East, which is beginnings. So wouldn't it be fun if we got endings and beginnings and all the things? But yes, so Gen C, you're going to work on getting things started. That's your change this week. Start some things that you said you were going to do and you haven't done them yet. CC, mountain energy for you. Clarity, calmness, being able to just rest and see, wow, I have done a lot in my life. I have accomplished a lot. And look at me. I can still accomplish more if I want to, but I don't have to if I don't want to. So it's always nice when you have a choice, right? All right. Kalina, for you, you're also being told to focus on the plants and growth. I'm really hearing pruning though when I'm holding this card up for you too. So for Kelly and for Kalina, this is like it's time to work actually with the plants and pruning properly in your life and finding the places that would be healthy for you to cut back on. Okay. All right. Robin, Austin, Chris. Robin, animals for you. Companions, work with your animal companions, work with your animal side yourself, work with the idea of the unspoken helpers, okay? The ones that don't have voices with their words, but still have influence, okay? Austin, for you, focus on electricity, wildness. I actually got this card for myself today. This card is basically take action immediately. Get out there, get it done. Remove your constraints because they're all in your head. Okay, so just get it done this week. Chris, you're working with air, motion. Okay, so kind of like the winds that we got, right? You're going to be working with just really moving through the non-physical, really moving through with what you can't see, but you know is there. And just let that air kind of guide you through. It's also about grief. So if you have some grief you would like to work through, this would be a good week to do that. Janelle, fourth time's for the north. Okay, so you know what you know. Take action on the things that you could take action on. So fourth time for all of us, you guys. Let's see. I'm going to read a little bit more. The north has the connotations around finding your true essence or pathway. It can even be a referral to finding a person who gives you our life meaning. Finding our true north indicates we have found a profoundly right path and a direction that is authentic for us. So strongly is north seen as guiding direction. It is one used to indicate direction on maps, usually with a single arrow. Go north, my friends. Okay, Donnie. Bushfires for you. Second time we've seen that one. Okay. So this is like really indigenous wisdom. Trust yourself, trust your knowledge. There is no knowledge that is lesser than, meaning like if I know how to I don't know, predict when the sun will rise tomorrow is no better skill than to learn how to plumb a house. You know, they're all just skills and knowledge. And so what you're being asked to do is embrace your inherent knowledge, the things that you're really drawn to know. Janice, you're working with fire. Ignition. Get that energy flowing. Fire's purification. Fire's really about, passion, warmth, heating up those energies, okay? Yes, and your guides are saying, go ahead and ask for what you want some more, okay? Patty, for you this week, focus on home and earth. If you picked 3 at the beginning, it's reminding you, come back to yourself. See how she's coming back to herself? Her eyes are closed. She's taking care of herself. You become your own home first. That way you can take it anywhere you need to go, and you always have it with you, okay? Carrie, working with marine life, okay? Richness. This is community, friends, resources. See that there's a lot going on, more than you ever allow yourself to see, and let yourself be resourced. Let yourself really be able to see it, okay? Okay. So Habiba, I see you. I'm coming, I promise. You're just not showing up to the bottom. Okay, Tiff. Gravity for you. Okay, so groundedness. Get grounded. Open your eyes. Notice that you have a little time to just really pay attention and nurture those things that it makes sense to nurture. Don't get too far away from, the earth and yourself. Like your mind can kind of float away. And right now it's time to just ground. Okay. Christy Cura Infinity. Christy, volcanoes and power. Okay. All that pressure that's been building up inside you is ready to come out. Let it fuel you. Let it also think of the energy of the volcanoes, fire, heat that then becomes earth. Okay. And richness. So all of that power inside you wants to be unlocked this week. Kira, you're going to be working with the power of atoms. Okay. So building things and everything coming together, just kind of really noticing that you have all the tools that you need in front of you. Just sometimes it's the knowledge of how to put the tools together. Okay. Finn, you're going to be working with oceans. If you picked 2 at the beginning, bravery, brave enough to be in your, oh, I guess that wasn't 2 at the beginning. That was, okay. Anyway, brave enough to look at your emotions, brave enough to see yourself and in your own feelings. Okay. Terry, darkness, moon. Okay. The goddess energy, go within. Sometimes when you go into the dark spaces, you can see that you are just a little tiny speck in a whole big, huge universe. And it's okay to be that way and to recognize it and to step back. Okay. Feminine energy also in the moon energy. Eli, 3rd time's the charm for the biome. So all of us can work on the connection energy, taking responsibility for our influence and our impact on our world. I'm going to read a little bit. Here we go. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. You are asked for synergy at present. Be aware of the needs of others. You are part of the same whole. Consider working more closely with your community. Okay. Businesses are not ecosystems. Figuring out that what you need and conquering the world isn't always the approach, right? You want to make sure that when you are doing something, you keep the whole big picture in mind. Definitely. That's for all of us, you guys. That was the 3rd time. It's a charm. Take responsibility for your biome, basically. Sam, working with water, creation, being able to really let the peace through, let your energies through, holding space, for the world to be a more peaceful place. Joe, speak your word, use your voice this week, okay? So just whatever it means, like, maybe you're just singing. You don't necessarily have to stand up and soapbox anything. You could just use your words. Letha, you're working on completions and the West energy, okay? So let some things be ending. That would be part of your change, okay? How can you kind of put the puzzles together and just let something end? Courtney, I'm going to have to speed up here, you guys. I'm not getting through the list fast enough. We're out of time. Okay, outer core for you too, Courtney. So this is coming out, noticing that your emotions are lifting you to a new truth. Okay, so this is a good week to really get to know yourself through your emotional energies. Elizabeth, you're going to be focusing on animals, and that's the 3rd time. It's a charm. Okay, so companionship. I'll bring out the book real quick. All right, so for all of us, you guys, we want to work with our animals. We have the superpower. Find yours and exercise it. Take time out to share your gifts. The natural world calls to you and is part of you. Experience having an animal companion, but if you cannot then donate, make a property animal friendly, or help animal causes. Okay, so you have a gift to share this week. Find it, give it. Hillary, oh, I shuffled animals for you too. Okay, so they really mean business when they put those things together after I shuffle, and they get in a time of it comes back to back. Okay, so let me just see if I'm missing some message here. Let's see. Let's see. It says we owe animals debt that we cannot repay. It says that it's very fortunate to surround yourself with animals, to basically like take note of the natural world, and have a profound responsibility towards the earth, kind of like the biome message. Notice how you are impacting the animals through your actions. Griffin, work with your magnetism. Attract what you think. Think what you want to attract. Be focused on the energies of, a little bit more clarity about what you're drawing to you. Okay, Birdie. Dark matter again for all of us in the mysteries, you guys. So this is 4th time at least for the dark matter. So that's for all of us. Stay in the mysteries, stay in the undefined. Just because you can't see it yet doesn't mean it's not there or not coming. Okay. Cameron, for you, you're going to focus on your passions. Okay. What does your soul call you to do? What are you really urging yourself to be part of? Karen, magnetism for you too. What are you attracting with your mind? What are you focusing on? How can you focus more on the things that you would like to draw in as we get closer to the end of the year? We want to really pay attention to what we've done for the year and what we're drawing in for next year. Okay. Safari Spirit, 4th time for the biome. So really pay attention. Take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility for what you may or may not be doing that is creating chaos for others. You want to be able to say to yourself, I did the right thing. Okay. And thanks for the happy birthday. Ashley, thanks, Janice, too. Okay. Storms for you, Ashley. Okay. So cleansing storms. It can be a little electrical in this change time, but let some of that wash things away. Let some of that clear up the excess. Okay. All right, Antoinette, hopefully you're still there. I told you you'd be closer to the end. Electricity for you, wildness. Take action immediately. Remove your constraints. Don't think about the limitations. Just go do it. Okay, that's the big change for your energy. Gina, work with the sun. Okay, so the light. So look at those people. See them? Ooh, ah. So just be in awe of your own light and of the light of others, that kind of thing. Okay. All right. Yes. Oh, Antoinette, I'm glad you got your message. You're welcome. Okay, Habiba, I told you I was coming. I don't know. It didn't show up earlier. I don't know what happened, but here's your card. Beginnings. Okay. So the East is calling you. So with our North energies and our everything else that's going on, the East wants you to know things are getting started. All right. So we made it to the end. I'm going to throw a card for my husband because I always do. Matt, focus this week on pressure and how it's transforming you into something good. Take that pressure. It's good. Okay, you guys. I very much appreciate you spending this time together exploring what the week's going to be like. I always love to hear too from you. If you want to tell me how your week's going, watch this next week if you want to kind of review what all came to fruition. And join me next Sunday. I will see you later. Go be amazing.